Hello and welcome to another news episode. I've noticed that Electrek has leaked some apparent EV9 prices and specs. Of course the top end's quite pricey and some of those figures don't quite look correct, but the interesting parts are the top end one includes vehicle to load and vehicle to grid, so that's a step in the right direction, be very nice. But the top trim down here in dollars is $73,000 with a range from 240. You've probably done this to try and compete with the Ford F-150 Lightning pickup. Kia have been approached and says we're still finalising prices, so it's not known whether these have been leaked just so they can get some feedback or what. But there you are. I'll put the link, all these links to all the stories in the description. There's ongoing issues with intelligent Octopus and people ending up with 12-volt flat batteries. It seems linked to the integration, the Kia integration application programmer interface, the API, where Octopus directly controls the car to start and stop charging. And this leads to telematic status updates, flattening the 12-volt battery. This is the theory anyway. Unless you've got an ohm charger that is that's OHME, which is integrated into Octopus directly, or any charger that's directly integrated, I'd avoid it for now unless you want a 12-volt battery. So that I've seen Hyundai users hoping they could get access to this. I would just wait to be safe. You may have missed a video from last week. I think I put a post on my YouTube. James Lemon Tea, he has a YouTube channel called Lemon Tea. He discovered during running these 12-volt battery monitors that the Ioniq 5 stops charging at 20% or thereabouts. So that could explain some flat 12-volt batteries if the car just gives up charging the 12-volt battery. As that's an EGMP platform car, it's likely to be the same in the EV6 and the Genesis GV60 and probably the upcoming Ioniq 6. So it's worth watching that video, so just be aware of it. I'll put the link in the description. My EV6 ongoing problems, as you may have seen during the week, I got an issue with, I had to take my car into the dealership for the driver's door pad no longer working, and also my silhouette lights are still stuck on and won't go off no matter what. So I had lots of feedback on my channel, and eventually quite a few people had the issue, and we figured out, or they figured out, that it's all linked to the driver's door controller, getting moisture in it. So the first sign is that the touchpad fails, and then that's linked to the doors being locked, and that normally signals the lights to go off at the back. So it's all one and the same thing. So if you get the failed touchpad, you're more than likely going to get the silhouette lights being stuck on. And although they're LEDs, it can cause a small drain on the battery, so just be aware of it. Mine has also been in for the Meridian software update, but it still did not bring back my active sound design menu item, which is something you get on the top level EV6 GT Line S's. Basically it's the internal VESS that you get inside the car, and you can change the sounds. So I've not seen mine since they swapped the amp out and replaced it with a new one. So that's still ongoing. I put a video out last week about something I discovered, the vehicle to load adapter, which would force the 12-volt battery to start charging, and I explained how it worked. But I just got question after question, and it was all the same question: can you resurrect a flat 12-volt battery by this method? And I don't think you can, because it needs enough in the juice in the 12-volt to actually energize the relay that kicks in the traction battery to fire up the integrated charging control unit, which then charges the 12-volt battery. Now, if you haven't got enough juice to open the charge port or even the door, have you got enough juice to get that relay kicked in? So I'm very doubtful it would work if it was very flat 12-volt battery, but I hope someone can prove me wrong. The previous video to this one, I put out a video about a new feature of Kia Connect, and it turns out it only came in with the new head unit update, which was dated 22/12/23, which came out in early January. And this is only on the EU models, of course, but it allows you to set Valet Mode remotely from the app, and then you can also unset it. Before, you could just undo Valet Mode. So if you had the password set, if you can see it on the screen here, see there is no password. If you look at my previous video for all the details. Valet Mode is not just for valet parking. It locks down all of the settings in the menus. So the Kia Connect tracker, which you can use on your app to follow your car, can't be disabled if you leave it in this mode. Obviously, if your car was stolen, you could track it and find out where it was. So its best use is for that, and I always leave mine in Valet Mode. But now I don't have to sit in the car and wait for it to confirm the password every time. I can just do it from the app, which is useful for me. Anyway, that's all for this episode of Kia Electric News, and thanks for watching.